And welcome back to the homemade podcast of sports with your host Jay Pops. Guys, we are back. We are back. I thank you all for tuning in. And guys, we are here. It is officially beat the heck out of Arkansas Hate Week. This is one of my favorite games. Yes, it has grown into one of my favorite games over the last few years. Okay? Why? Because we really don't like each other. We don't like each other at all. And that's fine with me. At the end of the day, guys, that is totally fine. But guys, hold on. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Shout out to all of you. All right, guys, I'm back. Guys, where would I be at, right? If it wasn't for a good, nice beer. All right, very cold, chill, waiting just for me. Guys, it is 7 p.m. weekday. You guys already know how I do. Guys, I get down, in this time. My son walking in, looking crazy for whatever reason. Don't know what's wrong with him, guys. Anyway, we are here. We're here, guys, and let's talk about it. So, what did we get from out of that game? What's up, bro? Shout out to Rayon McGowan, number 8 at Conroe 9th grade center. He's on the B team. However, he's pretty good. He plays slot wide receiver. You guys look him up. All right, please come out to the games if you're in the Conroe area. Look for me, please. But guys, we're here. So let's talk about it, man. Like I say, first and foremost, I was on it was my anniversary weekend on last weekend. So I did not get to fully watch the game. However, I did see the highlights. Shout out to Theo Melodum Ostrom. That guy, I keep on telling, man, I've been telling y'all about this guy since last year. What he's now starting to do is he's starting to come into his own form, and he's starting to come into his own tight end existence. I love that. I believe that we'll see more of that guy as the season goes on. And guess what? We by far have secret weapons at the tight end position. If those are going to be the only guys catch the ball, then guess what? Guys, so be it. Okay? So be it. Wide receivers have to get open. We still have a strong problem right there. Okay? The offensive line. Like I say, I did not watch the game. I watched the first quarter, but I did not watch the entire game because it was my anniversary weekend, and that's just respect to me and my wife, as we have now claimed 4 years to date. I'm sorry, we have now claimed 5 years to date of being married. Okay, been talking for 11 years, been married for 5. All right, so like I say, we were out. But anywho, I watched the highlights. It's nothing wrong with Marcel Reed, in which I have seen some things in where you guys have said a couple of comments about Marcel, how the way he played, things like that. This is what I'm here to tell you. It's a reason to why I stuck with Connor. And a lot of people have jumped off the Connor train, and they're going to go somewhere else. I'm here to tell you right now, that is fine. You guys can go with whomever you feel like is the guy for the job. I'm telling you now, I still feel like Connor is the best guy. I feel like he's the best guy to push this team to a 9-3 record. My record is 9-3. I don't know where the other 2 losses are going to come from. Truth be told, I don't see any more losses on that schedule. But then again, this is the SEC. All right, the only loss that I can see is Texas. That's it. And even with them, I counted that as a win. I'm counting that as a win because of the environment. I can hear you guys now. How can you count that as a win? Did you just look at the Bowling Green game? I did. I'm here to say that was not your offense that you're going to see. That is not That is not your offense that you're going to see. To be honest, I believe Marcel Reed was testing his pocket awareness. I believe Marcel Reed, as well as those coaches, want to see, hey, can Marcel throw in the pocket? Why? Because although he scrambled, Marcel Reed could have ran for way more yards than that. He could have. But I do think that this was the game in where you told yourself, hey, let's test out some things here. Let's make his pocket presence more valuable than his run. Because everybody that plays Marcel Reed, they're going to stack the freaking box. They're going to put a quarterback spy on. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Does that mean anything? No. That doesn't mean a damn thing. That doesn't mean Marcel Reed can't run all over the damn field on you if he wants to. Now I'm going to take it back to Connor Wigman. What Connor Wigman brings you, and this is what I've seen a lot over the weekend, in which really appalled me. I've seen a lot of you guys do this here. Man, I think you still give Connor the job until Connor says he has officially lost the damn job. In my own words. Which means this here. It was the reason to why they picked Connor Wigman as a starter. It ain't because no damn NIL. And I seen that a lot after the Notre Dame game. Oh, they giving him all that NIL, man. That's the reason why he came out starting. No, Connor was just the best looking quarterback up to when the season started. And to be honest with you, Connor is the better looking quarterback so far as pocket awareness is concerned. A lot of you guys may not want to hear that, but that's okay. That's okay. Then again, a lot of you guys will agree to that. And a lot of you guys will say, you know what? I just think they need to keep him in there to get his feet wet. You know, but it's one interesting thing here in which I do want to mention. You look at a couple of these other quarterbacks that's starting around the country, and you look at the last season until now, a lot of these guys got their start, but a lot of these guys didn't win championships right off the bat. You know, Carson Beck is one of them. He was with a good Georgia team. He didn't win the SEC championship, nor did he win a national title. But guess what? Carson Beck is back. Am I comparing Connor to Carson Beck? Possibly. You may. Possibly. You know. Do I think Connor can be up there with Carson Beck? Absolutely. It's a lot of you guys that hate to admit that, but you guys know that I'm right. You know, but this isn't about Connor. I was just giving you guys a take on that, on why Connor was the man. And if Connor is healthy, I'm telling you guys this right now, you may see Connor on next game and not Marcel Reed if Connor is healthy and ready to go. If Connor isn't healthy and ain't ready to go, man, it is what it is. You know, with Marcel Reed, I hear a lot of this too. If Marcel Reed has been on a winning streak, why would you take him out? Which is true. That's why I reneged an answer I gave in a group that I'm in, and where I said, hey, man, I'm comfortable with both of these guys starting. I just knew that Marcel Reed wasn't ready yet. He's not the passer that we need Marcel Reed to be, okay? Hold on just one second. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, Marcel is not the passer that we need him to be. A lot of you guys got to realize that when Johnny was out there, Johnny was a passer and a runner. Johnny came back the following year, and he was still a passer and a runner. The second year that Johnny was there, Johnny got banged up that second full-time start because of the simple fact of that he just didn't have a defense. You know what I mean? So you look at Marcel Reed, in which Johnny didn't have the number 7. Look, first and foremost, Johnny had a top 25 talented team, probably way in the 20s, maybe right at number 20 talent-wise when he started in that quarterback, when he done his Heisman year. The following year, man, that team probably 25 talent-wise, maybe number 15, something like that. Now, the guy that's out there now, which is Reed, as well as Connor, as well as Munn, those guys all had top 15 trickle down to top 4 and now top 7. They're the top 7 most talented team in the country. So it's a reason to why whomever is at the quarterback position, you have to learn how to utilize their talent. But then again, it does come back to coaching. Coaching has to learn how to utilize their talent too. What we seen this weekend, right? We seen talent not get utilized to its full potential, but we seen what those guys can do when they're in a dogfight. We seen what they can do when they're in a dogfight against Notre Dame. And this is something that I have to throw out there. We cannot lie a lot of high expectations on Mike Elko in his very first season. Regardless if he's been with the program before, we can't put those expectations so high to where it's just not in the realm of possibility to even reach. You know, and I feel like a lot of you guys are putting the college football playoffs on guy. This is his first year here. I understand where we want to be, and I understand where we should have been a long time ago. But you leave that with Jimbo Fisher, and you leave that with Kevin Summerlin. You can't put that on Mike Elko and say, hey, yeah, man, you need to fix this stuff that you need to fix this shit that Jimbo and Kevin consistently messed up. Yeah, true enough, that's what we hired them for, but you can't hold them up to that certain level like we've done Jimbo. We held Jimbo up to a championship level. Mike Elko, in my opinion, shouldn't be held up to a championship level as of yet. Not just yet. Give him time. Give him time. I'm gonna be honest with you. He may just be on that Kevin Summerlin run in his very first year, in which this is the reason to why I say it depends on what Connor you got. If you got a full healthy Connor, I believe Connor can put you in that Kevin Summerlin very first year where he went 10-2 and went on to the bowl game and went 11-2. If you got a healthy Marcel Reed, I believe Marcel Reed's ceiling, he can get you a 9-3 record. I believe Connor Wigman's ceiling is so high that it's crazy, but these are the things that we've talked about, but we try to brush to the side. Connor Wigman's ceiling is 11-1. Marcel Reed is 9-3 right now. Marcel Reed is still a very raw passing quarterback. He's not fully capable to annihilate you throwing the football, and that's okay. I have no problem with that right now. The issue that I have is, are we going to continue to develop him as a passer, or are we just going to use him as a legitimate run threat? Because as of right now, there's nothing wrong with our there's nothing wrong with our rushing offense. I believe that rushing offense, at the end of the day, when the season is all done, they'll go down as one of the top 20 units in the country. Hell, probably top 10, to be honest with you. What we done against Bowling Green, we put up 245 rushing yards on those guys. And a lot of people are kind of shooting that down like, man, that was just a bad offensive production. We put up 245 rushing yards on Bowling Green. We put up 178 78 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, by the way, on Bowling Green. That's damn good. That's pretty damn good when you got Marcel Reed back there and he's just a red shirt freshman playing against a bunch of juniors, seniors, sophomores, and everything. That's damn good. That I don't have a problem with, because you let them go out there, you let them get their earnest stripes, and you let them keep going. Okay, you let them keep building up that confidence if that's the guy that we're going to go with throughout the remainder of the season. Okay. Back to Theodore Miller Orchestra. I feel like that guy is very good. I feel like Trey Watson is going to be very good. Nobody has evolved just yet. What will we see in the Arkansas game? I don't know. Because we don't have a true consistency of passing the football yet. Our identity, in which I told you guys this, and I'm going to keep on saying it every podcast, I told you guys we were going to be a running team. Our identity is to run the football. It's going to piss a lot of people off because we want to see a lot of downfield throws. Understand that. But our identity right now, if it's Marcel Reed at the helm, it's running the football. Okay? If it's Connor Wiggins, it's passing the football, but also running the damn football. Running is going to be way more involved right now in this offense than passing. And I'm okay with that because it's called bully ball. Bully their asses. Nobody ever said that you couldn't get 10 wins with running the damn football. Michigan showed you that. Georgia showed you that. Alabama showed you that back in their day. Iowa has showed you that. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with running football. I don't have a problem with it. As long as it wins you games, I'm fine with it. However, I do want to see some consistency with passing the football. I don't want to look up and see 178 passing yards every game. However, if we have over 200 rushing yards, what the hell can you say? And that's what we completely got against Bowling Green. What can you say? I was looking for them to take advantage of that passing defense. That's what I really wanted. I wanted them to take advantage of that passing defense, man. I really did want it. But it didn't happen, and that's okay. That's okay. We're right here, and we're with those guys, okay? Running the football. And from my knowledge, what I seen across Twitter X and what I've seen in, various Facebook groups, the offense just looked real sloppy. It was flags everywhere. The offensive line didn't play good, or at least that's what I heard. And the defense was flagged numerous times. Okay? I did see that Le'Veon Moss fumbled that football when I think we were about to close the game out. I'm talking about literally close the game out, have a 9-point victory, and he fumbled the football. Those things we have to work on because we still have to work on closing out the football game. Not saying that we aren't closing it out, but if we're already blowing that team out, we need to continue to do so. Truth be told, Bowling Green wanted to score way more points than that, but they just couldn't do it against you. They couldn't do it. All right. What does that further let me? Where does that further let me know? That means our defense is better than Penn State. That means our talent is better than Penn State, in which people already knew. That means our backup quarterback, which is Marcel Reed, by the way, he may just be better than the starting quarterback at Penn State. And just like Allstate says, that's what Allstate stands. Are you in good hands? And we are. We are really in good hands with a backup QB and then another backup QB, which is Jalen, and then you got Miles O'Neal, in which is a true pocket passing threat. And that's what and that's where I think a lot of people forget about Jaden Henderson, and I think a lot of people forget about Miles O'Neal. Miles O'Neal is damn good. We just haven't seen him yet. Hopefully we can get to one of those games where we're just absolutely blowing the brakes off of those opponents. And we'll see Miles O'Neal, we'll see Jaden Henderson, and we'll see all of those guys. As of right now, we haven't seen Jaden Henderson nor Miles O'Neal, like I told you guys. However, we keep going, right? We've made our mistakes. It's many more mistakes to make. And please don't take that in a bad way, but it's many more mistakes to make. And I'm just going to look at some stats here, right? So Marcel Reed, 16 out of 29, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns. QBR rating of 75.5, 6-yard average. That's pretty good for it to be your second start. I'm not looking for the wild me games, and I don't think you guys should be looking for the wild me games. I think the wild me game came against Florida, and I'm okay with that. Connor Bazelak for Bowling Green, and this is what this defense has to work on going forward. But they were good. 20 out of 36. 250 yards, 6.9 average, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, QBR 73.9. The defense did its job. Also, this is what the defense has fixed. And I think it's time for people to start applauding this defense on fixing something here. The defense is finally starting to come alive, and they're starting to fix that running defense. These guys had 23 attempts, and of course, right, you have to account for the sacks. 23 attempts, 89 yards for Bowling Green. 23 attempts, 89 yards for Bowling Green. That's damn good. That is damn good. That rushing defense is starting to come down a notch. A&M, 43 carries, 235 yards. Marcel Reed, 12 carries, 91 yards, 7.6 average. Le'Veon Moss, 16 carries, 90 yards, 5.6 average. Amari Daniels, 9 carries, 34 yards, 3.8. Jabri Barber, 1 for 8. EJ Smith, 3 for 8. We need to go ahead and, we need to get that number count up bad. Noah Thomas, 1 for 6. These probably have came with reverses and stuff like that. The thing that I don't like, though, that A&M gave up. Harold Fannin Jr., that guy caught 8 receptions, 145 yards, 18.1 average, 1 touchdown, 65 yards down the field. That was one of the biggest highlights that everybody around the country seen. I don't like that. I do not like that. I feel like we have way more talented wide receivers. We have way more skilled wide receivers. We have way more athletic wide receivers. We should be getting 65-yard catches down the field. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We got one last game against Florida. I understand that. We should add another one this game. Should have been no way that Bowling Green wide receiver gets down the field on a 65-yard boom. No excuses for that. None. That was just a pure defensive breakdown. And then I saw Ratcliffe trying to make the tackle, giving it his best effort. Tried to get the guy with one arm, came back inside, went back outside, lost Ratcliffe on everything. That's something that you gotta get tightened up. And you gotta get that tightened up ASAP, because that ain't nowhere near the SEC competition that your ass is about to see the entire season. Excuse my language. But I'm not only talking Ratcliffe, I'm talking to the entire defensive squad. That's not it. And I'm pretty sure Mike Elko, he's in that locker room talking to him. Jake Bateman, he's in that locker room talking to him. Defensive back coach, he's in there talking to him. Also, pass rush out, man, y'all have to get home already. Shamar Stewart is starting to come into that form that we all wanted him to be, but he can be more. He can be better. Nick Scorton, he can be better. Shamar Turner, he can be better. That entire defensive line can be better than what it is right now. I feel like the pass rush, I'm not going to say should be elite, but the pass rush should be way better than what they are right now. And hopefully in this Arkansas game, we'll see it. Okay? So, like I say, the final score with that was 26-20. I'm fine with that. I can live with that. I heard a lot of people say, man, if we had Jimbo, we probably would have lost. Truth be told, we probably would have, or we just would have won by 3. Probably would have, man. Those are one of the things you think you know, but then again, you never know. So, hey, it is what it is. All right, so let's move along to Arkansas here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and go to this game. This game, like I say, Arkansas and Texas A&M has turned into one of my favorite games all time. That game has come down to the wire in almost every game. I love it. That's around the time where I really do get out there and I get down on the grill. I didn't get down on the grill last weekend, of course, like I say, because it was my anniversary weekend. But this Saturday, I'm going to get down on the grill. I'm going to go ahead and put a brisket on for this game. I'll make sure I get up in the morning just like I do every morning, right? If the Lord says the same. But I will get up at around about 6:45, 7. I'm going ahead and put me a brisket on, put me a nice one on. This is going to be my first time ever barbecuing a brisket. And I'm gonna go ahead and get it going. I already told my family they're pumped. They're already hyped. The game comes on at 2:30, in which I love, by the way. And I'm just looking forward to this game being a very good game. This is our last time at Jerry World. All right, this is our last time at Jerry World. The last go around. I'm so happy. This needed to be a home and home series badly. I understood why we done it the first time, and that's fine. But this needs to be a home and home series. I want to see A&M play at Arkansas. We've seen them play at Kyle Field, but we have not seen them play at Kyle Field while it's completely packed. This time around, which is next year, not sure if Arkansas will be the opponent or not next year. But from my understanding, they will continuously be the opponent. And we'll get a chance to go up there to Arkansas, and as well as a lot of these kids get a chance to go up there to Arkansas, play on their field, stuff like that. And we're really going to see how that thing goes, man. But I'm excited. I'm very excited for this game. I love when this game comes around. It's always on that back end of September. You always get it in like either that third week of September, or you will get it right on that fourth week of September. It always falls like that. I love it when it's scheduled that way. And that lets me know that we're getting close into fall, Halloween and stuff like that, man. So I like it. And as of right now, Texas A&M sits there as a 3.5-point favorite on the ESPN, on the ESPN app and on ESPN period. I'm going to go ahead and take A&M to cover the points. Like I say, this game is always close. It's always close. This game is going to be a blowout. All right. The only way that it turns into a blowout is if Texas A&M comes out and they absolutely dominate up and down that field. If they dominate up and down that field and they show their talent, you guys are going to hear me say that on each and every podcast. If Texas A&M comes out and they show their talent and the coaches show what they can do, being that it's their first time ever working with these kids, man, that's going to be a ball game probably in the third quarter. All right. The score that I am going to go with, though, for Texas A&M, I'm going to go with 31-28, Texas A&M. I think Arkansas, they don't necessarily cover the points, but I think Arkansas gets close to covering it with a fourth quarter field goal. A fourth quarter field goal that's going to rally the troops, and they're going to see if they can come back and win this football game. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. It's crazy that I envisioned it this way, but it can be totally different. Like I say, if A&M comes out, they show their talent ranking, in which they should. This game could probably be wrapped up in third, maybe beginning of fourth quarter. Okay, and it could absolutely be a blowout. But as of right now, these teams are totally even matched. So if anybody wants to bet this game, I'm gonna say you cannot lose either way. You can't. I'm just gonna flat out say that you cannot lose anyway by betting on this game. So real quick, total offense wise, total offense, and I'm going to mention both teams here. Okay, I'm going to mention both teams. So total offensive ranking, Texas A&M is number 53 in the entire country. And I'm going to go here, man, and I'm going to look at these things. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some stats, pull up other ESPN stats as well, because I do want to look at this from the SEC standpoint, and which is very good. And we just want to see how these teams match up, man. But from what I've seen, man, these teams match up oh so good. Very, very good. All right, so Texas A&M is number 53 nationally offensive ranking. This is the offensive ranking wise. And Arkansas is Arkansas is the number 8 total offense in the country. I'm gonna say that once again for the people in the back, man. This is going to challenge that Texas A&M defense, man. They are, man. Look, A&M is about to get challenged very hard in this game, and Arkansas is going to make them prove it. Arkansas is going to make them come out and win this football game, man. But Arkansas is going to run the football just like A&M wants to run the football. But as of right now, Arkansas is the better offensive team, and we all know this. But Arkansas is number 8 in the country with about 524 yards a game. That is completely insane to me. That is insane. Texas A&M is number 53 in the country with 417.8 yards a game. The SEC ranks Arkansas is the 3rd best offensive team in the league right now. These guys sit above the Texas Longhorns, in which Texas just put some pretty good offense out there, right? But they sit behind Ole Miss and Tennessee. That's dangerous. If you're Texas A&M and you're listening right now, that's dangerous. So Texas A&M is number 11. They have the 11th best offense in the SEC right now. Look, we all know why, man, that's not good. But we all know why it's like that. But it's not good. So like I said, if you come out here and you be one-dimensional, Arkansas could get out there and they can flat out beat your ass. Okay? I'm going to say it once again. If A&M comes out and be one-dimensional, Arkansas can flat out beat us, man. Yeah, we hold the overall for over the last decade, but Arkansas can come out and flat out beat us. Square and fair if we're going to go one-dimensional, man. I don't think they will, but they come out and flat out beat us if we're going to go one-dimensional. Their offense, better than our offense. Then again, Arkansas hasn't played anybody like that. I know this part, but, I mean, it is what it is. Who has the better talent overall? It's going to be Texas A&M at the end of the day. All right, so total defense. Real quick, shout out to Tennessee for having the number 1 defense in the country. I did not see that coming at all. That's pretty insane there. It's pretty crazy. All right, so defensive ranking. Texas A&M is number 51 in the country. We're giving up about 318.8 yards a game. Arkansas is number 57 in the country with about 325 yards per game. Arkansas is giving up 8 offensive touchdowns and 9 opposing touchdowns. I think that's what it is. But let's go over to the SEC ranks. Let's look at defensive-wise. Defensively, Texas A&M and Arkansas are right behind each other defensively. This game is so evenly matched. Texas A&M has the 10th best total defense in the SEC. All right. It's going to be a difference here, but it's going to be a very small difference, man. And it's the reason to why they're saying that this game should be very close, okay? So passing offense. Arkansas ranks at number 26 in the country. However, Arkansas has only threw for 4 passing touchdowns this entire season. They pass for about 284 yards per game. Okay? And that's for the country. Texas A&M, and I get why a lot of people are saying, man, this looks like Jimbo all over again. I get that. Texas A&M is number 116 in the country with about 161.8 passing yards a game, 6 passing touchdowns. That is a very, very big difference. That could be what decides this entire football game if our defense does not stand up to the challenge. Okay? That's why I said this is going to be a phenomenal challenge for that defense. They're going to have to step up, man. and they're gonna have to show everything that they got. All right, so SEC ranks passing offense wise, and let's go here. So SEC ranks passing offense. Arkansas is the 5th best team in the SEC. Texas A&M is the number 15th team in the SEC. That's a huge difference. A huge difference. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and go to that passing yards allowed. And as of right now, Texas A&M is number 52 with passing yards allowed, 52 in the country, with about 189 yards per game given up. Arkansas is number 98 in the country with about 250 yards. Well, I'm sorry, with about 242.2 yards a game given up. This is how Arkansas gets beat. You got to take advantage of what that defense is showing you. You have to. You got to take advantage of that passing defense. They're not good in the backfield, and you have to make them pay for that. That's why I say this is a game. This is a game where if Connor is healthy, Connor can annihilate you with this passing defense. He can absolutely annihilate you. I believe wide receivers can run free in the whole 9 yards. Okay, so I'm sorry, not ESPN, but SEC ranks, which are yards allowed. Arkansas is number 16, which is dead last. They're last in the country. Well, they're last in the SEC. And Texas A&M is number 9 in the SEC with passing yards given up a game. Okay, that does show a lot. And like I say, man, this is SEC play. You can get beat any given Saturday. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be Alabama, number 1 team in the country. We've seen it happen before. You can roll in there and absolutely come out of there with a loss. You come out with a loss, okay? So you can't look past your opponent at any given time. At any given time. All right? So the rushing. So we're just going to look at one more thing here. And we're going to look at these rushing offenses. Right? Texas A&M is number 8 in the country for rushing offense. Arkansas is not too far behind, which is 8 spots down. They're number 16 in the country in rushing offense. This is going to be a game of just per lineup. Meet me at the line of scrimmage. Line up, meet me at the line of scrimmage. Who run game is better? Who running game is better? This is what this is going to boil down to. Who can stop the run? And now we look at the rushing defense. Texas A&M rushing defense is number 62 in the country with about 129.8 yards a game. Arkansas rushing defense where are you at, Arkansas? Could have sworn I just seen these guys. You guys give me a little bit of time here. Arkansas, where you at? Where you at? Arkansas is number 14 in rushing defense. They give up about 82 rushing yards a game. So as of right now, Arkansas is better than Texas A&M in stopping the run. They are better. What are they basing this game on in which the 3.5 points comes for Texas A&M? They're just basing this solely off of talent. This is what it comes down to. A&M has the better talent. Can they utilize that to their advantage? We will see. We will see. But guys, that is it for tonight. You know, we went 40 minutes strong. That is it for you all. I love all of you guys. Please make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. You guys leave your comments in here. Tell me what you guys think and stuff like that. Hey, and if you don't mind, leave your score predictions, okay? So that is all I have for you guys. I should be back on tomorrow. Other than that, hashtag Gigem Aggies beat the heck out of Arkansas.